words which man's wisdom teaches, but which Holy Ghost teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. So what it's saying to us is, listen, you're indwelled, and now there's two lives there. You're dealing with two lives. And he's saying very clearly, he's saying, now don't misunderstand, don't try to take this old life now and educate him. Don't try to take this old life and make him better. Don't try to take this old life and present him to me. Don't try to take this old life and do works. Because he said that old life is never going to do it, never going to receive anything from God. He's always going to be what he is, and what he is blind to the kingdom. But it says then that other life, he has always seen. He has always known. He can enter. So it's a matter of seek him. In the tabernacle, we are given the diagram and that truth. That veil was rent, and God, by grace, comes out from behind that veil and comes to that brazen altar, and there he gets man, and by that grace gathers man and brings him back to the presence of God. It all takes place at that veil. Understanding that there are two lives in you and I. And if we don't grasp this truth, we'll never cross. There are two lives that are in you. One of those is native to the outside of that veil, while the other one is at home on the inside of that veil. One of them will always resist the crossing. The other one was sent out from there, and his very purpose from the moment he arrived is just to get back home. And the way that that's why the Bible says, you want to know how to do the works of God? Believe in He whom He sent. That's what He said. Here's how you do the works of God. Believe the one that came out to get you. Be drawn by Him that can see, and by He that can enter. But by our failure to grasp the total and absolute difference in the flesh and the spirit, we've allowed the natural to reach out and touch the things of God. In 2 Samuel, they found a church that was operating in all of the religious system without the power of God. David said, we've got to go get that ark, that presence, and bring him back into his place. If there's ever been a time in the church when we need to understand that, it's today. My God, what we need is the power of God. David said, let's go get that ark. But because they did not understand and could not grasp the utter absolute difference between God and man, they said, how do we do it? They said, let us take the very... Now understand, people teach that they built a new cart. I don't believe that they did. If you follow that story, it says that the Philistines took the ark and took it into their camp. Then they built a cart and sent that ark after God whipped their gods and defeated all of them. They built a cart, put that ark up on it, and sent it back to Israel. God let the Philistines build a cart and take that ark back. But when Israel decided to put God in His proper place, I believe they just put Him right back on the same cart. Brothers and sisters, we put God on the same cart as the world. We think God is to do the things the world does. If God is not bigger than that, let's find something else to serve. They put God on this new cart. And God had divided realized from the beginning, he said, I'm going to tell you exactly how my Spirit can be carried on the backs of holy men. But they put it on a new cart, a new idea, a new program, a new presentation, a new way to bring God in our midst. And as they were going and traveling, that ark began to shake, and a man named Uzzah put out his hand and touched the ark, and God struck him dead. Oh, and we say, why would you do that? Because God said, you have presumed to put God on your wagon. Uzzah means strength. Whenever man puts his strength into the work of God, whenever man will call his strength the work of God, it will curse the work, and we have that in control of the vessel that cannot see nor enter the kingdom.
That's right.
Whenever the natural touches the things of God, brothers and sisters, it causes a great reversal in the heavens. And it dooms us to a wilderness. We have taught that man, from our side of the veil, can call on God and have God and the promises of God come to us. We have taught a doctrine that says, you know what, you don't really have to move. You don't have to be different. You don't have to change. You don't have to die. God will move. So we've taught that you can call on God for the promises, and God will, if you're able to believe it now, if you can believe it, God will do it, and we've called that faith. If you can just believe it, God will do it, and we've called that faith. Look with me at Hebrews 11. Hebrews the 11th chapter. First verse. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance. Faith is not made up of what man believes. You can convince a man of anything, it doesn't make it faith. Faith is not what man believes. It says very clearly, faith is the substance. It is the substance beyond the veil. Faith is the substance that comes out from God to gather you and to take you back. Faith is the operation of God and the power to accomplish every whit of that operation. Romans 1:5 said that you are given grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith. Faith has nothing to do with what man believes. Faith